is up? It is what? What? Okay, listen,
Hey,
welcome.
What's up? You are on here and off the books with Bethann and Samantha. I'm Bethann, that's Samantha.
Yeah,
you can't see her.
I clearly forgot the intro to this podcast, so
apparently,
you know what? If you want to hear,
we're rolling with it.
If you want to hear the intro,
Today's a day of days.
You can go back to our last episode. It's probably chaotic too, so probably don't do that. Just accept the failure of the day.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
I did it.
Yeah, Bethann, she knocked it out of the park. You know
right.
what? I'm fired. She's hired. It's going to be S and B.
Oh, that's great. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today?
It can be called Son of a Biscuit. S and B. Anyway. Okay, guys. Let's get to the point here. Let's get down
with the
clown.
Business of
to defeat the Hun.
We do not have rights for that song.
Yeah.
Disney, don't come for us.
Mulan, please.
Mulan, if you're out there.
If you're still alive, please don't sue us. Okay?
If you're still alive.
It's not our fault what happened.
That you have such a catchy song, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
That was the GOAT of songs.
It
Go
was.
ahead.
Okay, so listen up, guys. We are going to be talking about some books here, okay? Last episode, I talked about how I was sent the entire series by A.K. Mulford. It's The Five Crowns of Oakrith, and I have completed book 1, High Mountain Court, the High Mountain Court. And then Bethann is going to be talking about The Comfort of Crows, A Backyard Year. I feel like it's going to be about crazy abstract gardening.
No.
Okay.
I have a couple of nonfiction books for you today, actually, which is really off-brand for me, so yeah.
I feel like I need to say that I read a nonfiction just for it to,
Just for it to be
it's
legit.
just to be legit. Like, this podcast can only be legit if
I
read
read a nonfiction.
A nonfiction.
Yeah.
So, we'll forever be unlegit.
You're never going to read a nonfiction?
No.
Oh, no!
So, that won't be happening. What else are you going to talk about?
I'm not prepared. It's a nature drawing book. I'm sorry.
I was
don't judge
close.
me. It's all about nature right now.
It's all about the chur.
It's all about the church.
Natty.
Oh, you're killing me.
Natty nature.
Natty nature. It is The Law's Guide to Nature Drawing and Journaling by John Laws.
Oh, there's 2 nature books.
Yeah, they're both nature books.
Bada bing, bada boom.
They're different. They're not the same. Very excited about them. Oh, my Kindle is updating.
So I've recently read a book about evergreen trees that I will be talking about today.
Shut You are so bogus.
It's called Forever Green.
I can't out with you.
It's about trees.
I quit.
This is the end of the podcast.
This is where the straw drops, you know what I mean?
Okay, so I feel like there's nothing that will like outshine these books right here. So I feel like you need to like talk about your books first.
I swear. Okay, so I'm taking a trip, a little trippy trip, for my vacation coming up. We're going out of the country.
All the way out
to the country. And so I have been, and I also do this on the regular, on the side.
Are you going to tell everybody where you're going, or are you afraid somebody will follow you?
Yeah, I don't really want you to come with me.
I'm not saying that I'm not going to sneak in her bag.
You're on that plane. It's like a 10-hour flight.
Tranquilize me.
I would have to. She'd be like a rabid animal or a cat trying to take a bath, like clawing her way out of the plane.
I would have to like hold myself into the bathroom because I'd be like shaking, vomiting, just losing it all.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
We're gonna
It's
all
on a
be
scale of 10.
knocked.
It's a 27.
Good Lord.
Bad.
So see, I don't have to tell them because you're just not going to come because of the play.
I'm going to try really hard not to say where she's going.
If you do, it's fine.
Ben can do the whole bleep.
I can just hear him coming in and like saying it and then phasing out. Yeah. We don't have a sound box. We don't have money for that. Okay, so I picked this book up because so I don't know if you've read a lot of, how do I go about this? Because now I sound like a lame-o. I've been judged. I don't know if you guys have picked up a lot of different like drawing books, or like, it's not a drawing book, but it's like a guide to go out and like record what you see. And I really love to like bird watch in the summer. I sound so who am I? I'm embarrassed.
What's your favorite bird to spot?
I am not going to tell you.
Are you
because
like a blue jay gal?
I really love cardinals. I really love the general OG stuff, but I also love the goldfinches. They're some of my favorite birds. The yellow and black birds. We saw a few. No, you're not dragging me into this because now I look like a nerd.
Do you have binoculars? I'm gonna get you.
I do have
bird watching binoculars, but I'm going to bedazzle them for your birthday.
Oh my god, that actually would be amazing.
Yeah,
I would be very happy about that. But I do love to bird watch, and I love to be outside, and I love to sit and. I like drawing flowers and being amongst the nature. Okay, that's just now you know.
They're gonna say Bethann's bird binocs.
Bird, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Bird binocs.
I'm gonna TM that.
You should. Get her done.
Can't use it. I'll sue you.
So, when you look at a lot of different, like, nature journals or, like, a DIY, like, nature and drawing journal and stuff like that, they're almost like a step-by-step about, like, going out and this is how you draw a red bird. This is how you draw, like, a blah, blah, blah. This is how you draw flowers. And this one was really, really good because it just, what it does is it starts talking about, like, your motivations for keeping a journal, and then, like, also talking about, like, the curiosity behind recording things for your journal. So he doesn't just give you step-by-step things. He more or less, like, teaches you how to find your own style, your own flow, your own system. Because a lot of these books, I think what they think is, like, you're going to match their system, but he's more about helping you through the process of finding what works for you. And he does scientific nature journaling, so he goes through and he'll ask like certain questions, and he keeps logs and all kinds of things like that. So his journaling is for a different purpose, but even though he's a lot more like in depth, more serious about the things that he does, he still outlines everything from start to finish for you. So even from recording like the wind speed of the day and asking certain questions, it's really cool because reading throughout it is meant to pique your curiosity. And like I said, if you wanted to look at this, it's the Law's Guide to Nature, Drawing, and Journaling. And I think it was a phenomenal book. And it covers all different kinds of mediums to use, from just regular pencil and paper to, watercolors, markers, things like that. And then everything you could possibly imagine. And he helps you reframe the way that you go outside and enjoy, like, going on a walk, asking certain questions, taking things in, putting your phone down, just kind of being more present. And I really, really liked it. It was really awesome. And I think it is a really cool tool. We have it on Libby. Libby. It's pretty fantastic. I would read the synopsis, but I don't think that that's necessary because it just is pretty straightforward for what it is. And I read everything online. It's really, really great.
So are you journaling like every day for like the weather? Like, is it like a bullet journal for like the weather outside?
No.
And the nature outside?
No, I journal in general because it's therapeutic. I also have read like where people do morning pages, The Artist's Way. If you haven't read that book, that's a really interesting book. If you're an artist, I would highly recommend that. But I read that book for the morning pages section. And I journal just for life, for feelings, for things that I see that inspire me, that I love. it's just a way to get what's in my noggin out.
Monoggin.
In my noggin. And so I feel like this book really helps me more solidify and streamline that process. Yeah, sometimes I record the weather if it's interesting, but it's more of just, if something is impactful, I want to process that. So that's why I got this book. And then, going to The Comfort of Crows, A Backyard Year by Margaret Rankle. What drew me to this book is, for one, it says a howling love letter to the world, and that's a quote from Anne Patchett. And this is So this is the synopsis. I'll read just a little bit of it so you can understand. This isn't a drawing book. It is a nature book, but it's more of like a little bit of like a memoir situation, but for trees and leaves and birds and things like that. A luminous book that traces the passing of seasons, personal and natural. In The Comfort of Crows, Margaret Rankle presents a literary devotional, 52 chapters that follow the creatures and plants in her backyard over the course of a year. As we move through the seasons, from a crow spied on New Year's Day, its resourcefulness and sense of community, setting a theme for the year, to the lingering bluebirds of December, revisiting the nest box they used in spring. What develops is a portrait of joy and grief, joy in the ongoing pleasures of the natural world, and grief over winters that end too soon and songbirds that grow fewer and fewer. Along the way, we also glimpse the changing rhythms of a human life. Grown children, unexpectedly home during the pandemic, prepared to depart once more. Birdsong and night-blooming flowers evoke generations past. The city and the country where Rankle raised her family transform a little more with each passing day. And the natural world, now in visible flux, requires every ounce of hope and commitment from the author and from us. So, I just think it's got some amazing little quotes and bits of inspiration in here. And she does add a little bit of her life, but it's not too overwhelming because sometimes people do that and I don't really care about it. No offense. But like, when she really incorporates what she's seeing in some of the different birds and some of the different, like, I don't know, flowers and stuff that I see, it really kind of hits home and it helps you kind of compare those things to your life. Also, she has an illustration on every single chapter, and they're stunning. They're visually stunning.
I love the cover.
Yes, the cover is also great. So this is actually a book I think that I'm going to purchase for myself, because this is a book that I could go back to over and over and over again. And a book that I would really love to highlight. And this is a book you can get in the library or online as well through our resources. But this is just something that, I don't know, it's personal to me, I guess, that I'm sharing with you. So these are my odd books that I've slipped in that kind of, you know.
A little slippy-doo.
Yeah, impacted me in a great way. So if you want to read those can check off your nonfiction for the year and something new.
Jasper Slide Part 2. Featuring the Platinum Band. This time, we're going to get funky. We need little music inserts throughout the podcast.
We were asking for a lot
today. Or
today.
We should do a drum. We should get the drums alive and make a beat, and then every 5 minutes, just for 10 seconds.
We're about to do the cha-cha slide.
Goes in. So, I finished The High Mountain Court by A.K. Mulford. And I really, 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 really liked it. I don't know if you guys listened to the last podcast, I kind of described what it was about. But basically, it's about this girl, her name's Remy, and she is a red witch on the run, kind of incognito, trying to blend in with, normal fae and humans. Because the northern court has been eliminated of all red witches. So people are on the hunt to kill all the red witches. So she is disguised. She is in hiding. So it's basically about her journey, and she meets this guy named Hale. He is the prince of the Eastern, I think they're called courts. I'm not positive, like the Eastern area of the country. But he kind of, they start off as enemies, of course, and then they get closer because he helps her. Basically, he's helping her stay incognito as a not a red witch. So I can't really say anything else because there's like a huge twist, couple huge twists, and if I say anything more about the plot, it will ruin the book. But I will say that this is the first book that made me cry at work. I cried. And then
serious business, guys.
I don't know how to feel because it ends. And I'm like, okay, book 2, let's go. And then I read the description of book 2, and it's like, just kidding. This is about 2 completely different characters.
Samantha's favorite thing on the face of this planet.
And I was like, you're joking.
No.
You're kidding me. So
she's devastated.
It kind of, the layout is kind of like, I would compare it to From Blood and Ash, and also book 1 of ACOTAR, A Court of Thorns and Roses. So it ends on this like big note. Basically, like there has to be like way more to the story. I mean, she just discovered, like, everybody just discovered this huge thing, and it just ends.
It's got to be interconnected somehow. She just wants to write from different points of view.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what it is. I haven't started book 2 because I'm processing my loss, yes, of the 2 main characters who we just really got to know. And they just, of course, like, they're gonna fall in love, whatever. So they just fell in love, and it's like, end of their story.
Moving on.
So I'm hoping that book 2 will still have their story, but it's just from a different character's perspective.
That'd be cool. Maybe this is the book series that gets you to really love this trope-ish idea.
I doubt it.
Okay.
Like, I was pretty invested.
So do you think the 3rd book is going to be a whole nother series of characters?
So every single book, it focuses on a different main character.
Oh.
Because I saw that in book 2, and I was like, well, gotta look at the rest of the descriptions, and it is about a different character in every book. But all of these characters are in book 1.
Gotcha.
So
you'll still probably get to see everybody, right?
I hope so. But, like, if the story isn't continued or explained, and it's just, like, 5 different stories, I'm gonna be a little bit confused. Because it was just like, here is all this. Do what you want with it. Bye. See you later, alligator. Cliffhanger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, what did you give the book? Like, what rating?
I gave it a 4.3 out of 5, I think.
That's a good rating.
Yeah. But, I don't know. I wanted it to continue with those characters, and now I'm sad, and I'm afraid to go on. I'm gonna go on, but it might take me a hot minute. I need to buckle up, Buttercup, and read my tandem read of Tower of Dawn and Empire of Shadows, because I tabbed them in January, and they're still sitting.
Whew, that sounds like too much for me.
I think it's gonna be like 1,800 pages or something like that. Yep. If you don't know what a tandem read is, you read 2 books at the same time because they're happening. They're usually happening at the same time, so they have like a guide where you tab the chapters. So like 1 to 200 chapters, and then you'll have to like flip back and forth between books to like make the story a whole.
That's just horrible. I'm sorry.
And so I got these big, beefy boy books with me.
And you've already read them, and now you're going to go back and read them together.
Yes.
Is it going to be good, or is it going to make any sense?
I have heard that people love the tandem read because, God forbid, I have to sit down and read a whole book about Kale and his lover. Because you know who I don't talk about, or who I don't care about? I don't care about
green leafy lettuce.
Kale. However you pronounce that man's name. It's Chaol. I think it's Kale.
Chaol?
Yeah, I think on her pronunciation guide, this is Sarah J. Maas, by the way, Throne of Glass. It's Kale. Like chaos, but with an L.
Kale.
Kyle! So, sorry.
It sounds like the hillbilly way to say kale.
I just want to call him Cole because I don't like that.
Okay,
so Cole. Sorry,
Mr.
Cole. I don't like you very much.
You're not hip with the kids, Cole.
You are not hip with the kids or with me. Maybe you're going to redeem yourself in Tower of Dawn, but I will not be just sitting and reading
stand for this.
900 pages of you and your bullcrap. Okay? So that's why we're doing a tandem read, because you know what? At least I'm going to get a little bit of Bethann. At least I'm going to get a little bit of Aelin. I don't want anything to do with you. So.
That's a public service announcement if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. Maybe that's an unpopular opinion. I don't know. I've never liked you. I feel like I'm like.
God!
Like, you're just
stomping all over this man.
I hate you.
I hate you.
Yeah, you were my. I'm talking as if I'm talking to him personally.
It's like she took all his stuff and threw it out the top floor window and then walked out to the front lawn and set it all on fire.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I would. Because you know what?
Dude, what did he do to deserve this?
You have to read Throne of Glass and you will understand why he is my least favorite character now.
Is he just a jerk?
He's just a jerk, and he's like...
a whiny baby?
He's a betrayer, and he's a whiny baby, and he wants it to be all about him, and...
Well, listen. Kale? Or Cole?
Kale.
Cole, Kale.
Y'all. It reminds me of like the raptors in what's the Michael Crichton?
What?
Jurassic Park. The raptor noises that the little raptors make. The Kel.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
You can cast me in the new movie if you want. I'll play Raptor number 3. So yes,
unhinged today.
I have beef with a book character, okay? But
she has beef with a book character named after lettuce.
We are gonna buckle up, Buttercup, and we are gonna get through this tandem read, because you know what? Last book I heard is gonna tear me to shreds, and I'm gonna be sobbing on the desk. Everybody's gonna be like, "What are you doing here?" I'm gonna be like, "I am sobbing. Leave me alone." No. Let me live my life sobbing out here, okay?
After you read that, we have to read Murder Your Employer.
Yes. Very inspirational book. Just kidding.
That's a joke.
It's a joke. For legal reasons, this is a joke.
But that's it's actually volume 1, McMaster's Guide to Homicide.
You know what?
Rupert Holmes.
That author, his name is fake, and you can't tell me it's not fake.
Rupert Holmes? How fitting, you know?
Yeah. I see what you're trying to do there, Rupert.
And you ain't getting it past us.
Yeah.
We're too sly.
If your last name really is Holmes, sorry, but I still think you're lying. And that is what we are reading right now.
That's what I've read and have... Actually, this is the second time I've checked out The Comfort of Crows, so if that tells you anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to get through Soul Cage next, which is still a great book. I got a write review for that, so pick that up. That is on sale and out, and it is debut book. Go grab it, guys. I think you really like it. It's an epic fantasy.
I just got The Wren and the Holly Library. I think we should read it. I feel like you would probably like it. It's by
think I read
The cover is stunning. By the way, this is what it looks like, the book that I got.
Oh, wow. That is beautiful.
So it's The Wren and the Holly Library by K.A. Lind, or Lindy, however you pronounce the last name, Linde.
Y'all got some rough last names to pronounce. I'm sorry that I'm butchering them.
Yes. So this is going to be a series, the Oak and Holly cycle. It's 485 pages. It says,
Jeez,
I'm going to read the little description. Can you love the dark when you know what it hides? Some things aren't supposed to exist outside of our imagination. 13 years ago, monsters emerged from the shadows and plunged Kierce's world into a cataclysmic war of near total destruction. The New York City she knew so well collapsed practically overnight. In the wake of that carnage, the Monster Treaty was created, a truce of sorts. But tonight, Kierce, a gifted and fearless thief, will break that treaty. She'll enter the Holly Library, not knowing it's the home of a monster. He's charming, quietly alluring, terrifying, but he knows talent when he sees it. It's just a matter of finding her price. Now, she's locked into a dangerous bargain with a creature unlike any other. She'll sacrifice her freedom. She'll offer her skills. Together, they'll put their own futures at risk. But he's been playing a game across centuries, and once she joins in, there will be no escape.
You think I'll like that?
I think so.
I think you are delusional. That is very much ACOTAR-ish.
No. Ma'am, no. Ma'am, no.
It's 100%.
It's giving post-apocalyptic
romantasy.
Monster
romance.
You don't know it's going to be romance, okay? Just because he said he's charming doesn't mean there's going to be any romance.
Why would they ever describe him?
Maybe he's a trickster.
Yeah, that she falls in love with and has the hots for.
Let me just hang on. Okay.
You try to dupe me into reading crap. I don't appreciate it.
It says magic romance, but it does say magic first.
Samantha! Oh my God.
So she's going to read it with me. It's going to be really exciting. Yeah, it's going to be really great. She's going to love it.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
this is fantastic.
Listen, okay, we probably have it. I'm sure we have it ordered. If we don't, I'm gonna order it for you guys. Okay, The Wren and the Holly Library. It literally just came out like yesterday. I'm pretty sure. So we gave you 5 jillion recommendations,
and we touched on some nonfiction. Do.
We have these all. If we don't have them in physical copies, we have them on Libby or Hoopla. So go back, write all of our books down that we gave you, read them. And then
tell us what you think.
Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah.
Tell us if you love them. Tell us if you hate them.
I don't want to know if you
Tell us if you just need us to not recommend you books.
What?
But also, don't say that because we're going to keep recommending them to you.
You know what? She's delusional today.
Today is a day of delusion.
The day of delusion. D-Day.
And that's what
Delusion Day.
This podcast will be called.
Delusion Day?
The Day of Delusion. By BNS.
A lot more.
So join us next week on our Day of Chaos by BNS.
Probably.
And we hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Bye.
Bye.